Belal Muhammad says the UFC does not want me to ruin Usman versus Chimaev. As you guys all know, the biggest money fight in the welterweight division right now is Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman. Number 2 is Khamzat Chimaev versus Colby Covington. And those two fights make a lot of money. Now, Belal Muhammad is saying he doesn't want me to ruin Usman versus Chimaev. Not necessarily the case. The only reason they did not do Khamzat Chimaev versus Belal Muhammad and, like Muhammad said, ruin Usman versus Chimaev, the only reason they did not do that and they're settling on Belal Muhammad versus Sean Brady is because Belal Muhammad, sorry to say, you're just an easy fight for Khamzat Chimaev. And an easy fight, like a Belal Muhammad, isn't really going to get you a title fight. That's the only reason they did not do Khamzat Chimaev versus Belal Muhammad is because you were literally the easiest fight in the top 5 of the welterweight division. Let's look. We got Gilbert Burns, Belal Muhammad, Leon Edwards, Colby, and Usman. I'd probably say Usman and Colby, obviously, are going to be like the hardest guys for Khamzat to fight. Then it's probably Gilbert Burns. Then it's going to be Leon Edwards, and then it's Belal Muhammad. Belal is the easiest guy for Khamzat Chimaev to fight right now. And he's at number 5. That's not going to get him a title shot. So no, Muhammad, you're not going to ruin Usman versus Chimaev if they were to make the fight. The reason they're not making the fight is literally because Khamzat's going to smash you, obviously. He's going to destroy you. He's better striking. He's bigger. He's the better wrestler. He's the better grappler. He would absolutely dominate you if the fight were to happen. The reason that he did not do the fight is because you're just too low in the rankings. You're not the biggest name, even though your nickname is Remember the Name. And you wouldn't really get Khamzat a title shot. Beating Belal Muhammad is not something that's going to get you into that title contention type of thing or anything like that. So, again, Belal, they're not saying you're going to ruin Usman versus Chimaev. They're literally just saying you're not big enough for Khamzat Chimaev. That's what I think. But that's what Belal Muhammad says. He says he thinks he is the worst stylistic matchup for Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman. I'm the worst stylistic matchup for Khamzat and Usman, and the UFC knows that. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Them two are obviously the biggest money fight together, so they could not risk me beating either one yet, but soon I'll be undeniable. Cringe. I mean, he would get destroyed by Usman, of course, because Usman's going to defend the takedowns, and he's a much better striker. Khamzat can literally beat him anywhere. So, I don't know what Belal is going on about. Maybe he got hit too hard against Vicente Luque in their first fight. I don't know. But Belal, the UFC didn't make the fight with you and Chimaev because it's not a big enough fight for Chimaev. He would absolutely destroy you. But put your thoughts down below. Do you think Belal Muhammad would ruin Usman and Chimaev if they ever were to fight? Put your thoughts down below in the welterweight division. Very, very interesting. What do you guys think? Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan? Do you think this is a little bit of a call out? Do you think Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan is the fight to make next? Because if y'all remember, let's go to the UFC rankings. Sean O'Malley, number 12. Not going to fight Frankie Edgar. That's a wrestler. Song Yadong has a fight. I don't really think they're going to do the rematch with Pedro Munoz. Dominic Cruz has a fight. Merab's got a fight. Marlon Vera has got a fight. Corey Sandhagen's got a fight. Jose Aldo's got a fight. TJ Dillashaw got a fight. Aljamain Sterling's got a fight. Who doesn't have a fight? Well, number 7, Rob Fonts, and number 1, Petr Yan. So, it's one or the other. Those are the only two guys available right now that Sean O'Malley would fight. Rob Font and Petr Yan. Personally, I think it probably is going to be Rob Font. What do y'all think? Rob Font? Petr Yan? Someone else? Pedro Munoz rematch? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. In the UFC's bantamweight division, Chael Sonnen tunes in to Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, and his response is you have exactly 24 hours to secure yourself in going to the UFC's lightweight division. Sonnen says time is ticking on Volkanovski's lightweight move. Top 5 contenders Ortega and Yair are going to fight this weekend, and possibly the winner of that one, if it's Yair Rodriguez, could possibly go out there and challenge Alexander Volkanovski for the belts, or maybe Josh Emmett will fight for the belt, whatever the case may be. But this is what the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Chael Sonnen had to say. That time is still ticking. Yair Rodriguez is under the impression that if he goes out there and beats Ortega, he becomes the #1 contender. Sonnen said in an interview and a video uploaded to his YouTube channel, if that is true, and that is within the plans, it's a guess by me. But I will also guess that Volkanovski will be in attendance. There will be a cameo. There's likely to be a call-out and an announcement by Yair in front of the world on ABC. You can't run those things back. Volkanovski wouldn't attempt to run that back, neither would Dana. I know what we told the world here, and it looks like we had the fight made. We're actually going to take him away and move him up. It gets weird. Stop, Sonnen continued. If that is the circumstance, and if you're Volkanovski, you've got to operate as if that's what's going to happen. So now you're operating under a time frame of Saturday at 2 p.m. You've got to get this done, and things that he can. I would have to agree. I would actually have to agree, because, yeah, if Brian Ortega wins the fight, that's probably, I guess, good for Volkanovski in his case for moving up to the lightweight division, but there still is Josh Emmett looming in the dark. But, you know, I would kind of agree with Chael in that if he does want to make that move to the lightweight division right now, he would have to do it before the Yair Rodriguez fight, because Chael is correct. Yair Rodriguez is going to start talking on the microphone if he wins, and he's going to call out Volkanovski. If Brian Ortega wins, we're going to have Josh Emmett go out there and start really calling out Alexander Volkanovski. We're going to get all of that stuff. Ortega, Yair, Josh Emmett, they're all going to be looking for that title fight with Alexander Volkanovski after the fights on Saturday. So I would agree with Chael Sonnen. If Volkanovski is serious about moving to the lightweight division, now is his chance. Islam Makhachev is looking for the title fight. He does not care who the title fight will be against. Charles Oliveira, he wants the title, but he also would like the money fight with Conor McGregor. So there is a world where the winner of Ortega versus Yair does not fight Volkanovski, and the winner from Calvin Kattar, Josh Emmett, also does not fight Volkanovski. And maybe, I'm just speculating here, this is like a very far-fetched thing. There's a chance, I mean, some universe out there has this fight happening and the UFC working out this way, where Volkanovski goes up to lightweight and he fights Islam Makhachev for the lightweight belt. And Charles Oliveira fights Conor McGregor the same way that Dustin Poirier did it. Dustin Poirier went out there and he fought Conor McGregor for the big money fight, while Michael Chandler and Charles Oliveira were fighting for the belt. Same thing could possibly happen here, with Volkanovski going up and fighting Islam Makhachev for the lightweight belt as Oliveira this time goes on to make some money against Conor McGregor. I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what do y'all think? Do you think Volkanovski can make this happen and move up to the lightweight division? And if he does move up to the lightweight division, does he fight Makhachev? Does he fight against Oliveira? Does he fight against McGregor? I mean, who do you guys think Volkanovski fights in his lightweight debut? And do you even think he makes his lightweight debut? Put your thoughts down below in the comments section. But yeah, that is it for today's MMA news. We got Volkanovski's move to the UFC lightweight division. I mean, all the things happening there with, of course, Ortega versus Yair this weekend. We got Josh Emmett. We got the whole title situation, the vacant belt in the lightweight division. A lot of things happening to really, like, make it very confusing onto what's happening in the featherweight and lightweight division. But that was our last story of the day. We had O'Malley kind of giving a little bit of call out on Petr Yan, while at the same time kind of showing you how not to poke someone in the eye, which is interesting because he loves to poke people in the eye, especially Pedro Munoz. We also had right here the most interesting story of the day. Belal Muhammad saying the UFC does not want me to fight against Hamza Chimaev or Kamaru Usman. Because, and this is the reason right here, because he is the worst nightmare for for Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman. That's what he said. I don't know why. I don't know how he believes that. I think he's probably the best fight for Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman in the top 5 of the welterweight division. But what do y'all think? What do you guys think about this? Belal versus Usman and Chimaev. Who do you guys think wins those fights right there? O'Malley versus Petr Yan. Do you think that fight happens, or do you think O'Malley versus Rob Font, maybe a rematch with Munoz? And what do you guys think about the lightweight, featherweight situation for Volkanovski? Put your thoughts down below, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.